2011, DeMatha Catholic High School State Championship. 2013, first goal as a Maryland Terrapin. 2014, 2015, and 2016, all Big Ten. 2017, selected with the 12th overall pick by DC United. 2018, October, diagnosed with stage 2 cancer. Obstacles do not block the path, they're part of the journey. I first started playing soccer at the age of 5, locally here in Bowie. What got me started playing was watching my older brothers play. I had 2 older brothers, Steven and Leslie. They play soccer. So watching them, as the youngest brother, you watch them, you want to be like your older brothers. So that got me in the game right away. My father, being from Ghana, that's what he played growing up as well. So he's the one who kind of taught me the game. And, I kind of took it off from there. I fell in love with the game immediately, and I'm still doing it today.
Well, to my family, soccer is a way for all of us to come together and just, have a good time playing, Throughout my family's life, a lot of our, older family members were also pretty good at soccer. And so it's just, I guess you could say it was passed down, the love for the game.
I always wanted to play professional soccer, but I didn't always know that would be something that was attainable. I had a lot of family and friends and coaches say that I could always do it, but I always doubted myself a little bit. It wasn't until about my junior year in college at University of Maryland when I realized that I had a really good chance of making it. My coach Sasha Sorowski, he saw it in me before I even saw it in myself, and he pushed me since day one to be able to play pro soccer. And he told me when I got to the University of Maryland that I could make it, and it ended up being true. Soccer is everything to me. Fell in love with the game right when I started playing it at 5 years old, and it really means everything. And sometimes when it's taken away from you, that's when you miss it the most. So, through injuries that I've had throughout my career, it really showed me how much I love the game whenever I was away from it, and especially the past couple months dealing with the cancer treatments. That's when I really missed soccer. So just being able to get through the cancer treatments and work my way back into playing, it means a lot.
The first time I knew Chris was going to be great at soccer was probably around his 8th grade year. Everybody from parents to friends were all saying, whoa, this guy's crazy on the field, this guy's sick. And I also started seeing some of his skills as well, and it was just on another level compared to the other players.
When I first got the news that I had been diagnosed with cancer, it was almost a little bit of a relief to me. I know that's kind of weird to say, but the hardest part through this whole process hasn't been the chemotherapy, hasn't been the diagnosis. It was actually a pre-diagnosis. So for about a year, I was dealing with various symptoms that was kind of affecting my play, affecting my health, and I just didn't know what was going on. I was getting a lot of tests and stuff like that, but everything was coming back negative and regular, and that was kind of hard for me to deal with because I knew something was wrong in my body. But when everyone's kind of telling me that, oh, you're fine, it's normal, that was hard for me. So when I was finally diagnosed, obviously no one wants to hear that you've been diagnosed with cancer, but for me it was a relief because I knew I was going to be able to beat it. And the hardest part was finding out what was going on with me, and once I did that, I knew I'd be able. It kept me pushing throughout these past treatments for the 4 months. It was definitely getting the thought of myself getting back on the field. That was kind of always my light at the end of the tunnel, so to say. Whenever days got hard, or some days are better than others throughout the chemotherapy process. But when those hard days, when I'm laying in bed and really can't get out of bed, I'm just picturing myself back on the field, playing with my teammates, playing in front of the fans. And that's kind of what kept me going through the rough days, for sure.
I first got the news that my brother had been diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. I was devastated because growing up, you're always taught to protect your little brother, be there for your brother. So here's one thing where I can't protect him from, or help even be there to really fight against this thing. So I just started sitting back thinking, okay, how can I do my best to support him? And I just thought, okay, let me go ahead and just go back home, help him out, and make sure he gets his treatments, and just be there for him for emotional support.
Just having my brother and mom there with me, and my whole family and friends there with me in spirit, It really meant a lot to, ring that final bell after a long 4 months. I always knew I would get through it, but the process is hard and it's rough, but I knew I'd be able to get through it and just ring the bell. And finally realizing that I don't have to go through that anymore was definitely a blessing, especially getting the news that I was already in remission. Getting back on the field and be able to do what I love would be a blessing. That's really all I want to do, get on the field, help my teammates win games, play in front of the fans, and, make my family and friends proud. So just the chance to get back on the field, that would mean a lot to me, and, I'm really working to do that.